Small Wars by Lee Child. Read by Kerry, Shale. In the spring of 1989, Caroline Crawford was promoted to the rank of lieutenant colonel. She bought a silver Porsche to celebrate. She had family money, people said, and plenty of it. A trust fund, maybe, some eminent relative, maybe an inventor. Her uniforms were tailored in D.C. by the same shop that made suits for the president. She was held to be the richest woman in the army, not that the bar was high. With the new rank came a new posting, so the silver Porsche's first trip was south from war plans in the Pentagon to Fort Smith in Georgia. All part of the war plans method. There was no point making plans that couldn't be executed. High-level, on-the-ground liaison was crucial, with a little surreptitious, behind-the-scenes observation mixed in. Every new light colonel's first rotation. Crawford was happy to do it, even though Fort Smith turned out to be a small, damp place in the woods full of desperate characters, special forces of various types, no tailored uniforms, which was okay, promising even, raw material possibly, for the kind of new units she was going to need. Input at an early stage could be vital. They might even name the units after her. She would make full bird within a year and a half. She would be fast-tracked to her first star. And she was entitled to have some input, wasn't she? Liaison was a two-way street. She was entitled to suggest what they should do, as well as listen to what they couldn't. The first week went well, even though it rained a lot. The rumor mill had it straight within an hour. She was unmarried and available, but not cool to hit on, because war plans was serious shit. So relationships were cordial, but with enough of a hint of a buzz to be interesting, too. The visiting officers' quarters were adequate in every respect, like a motel, but more earnest. The woods were always damp, and stretched for miles all around. But there were roads through, some of them just forest tracks or fire breaks, others with lit-up signs on their muddy shoulders, eventually, an hour or so out, for barbecue sometimes, or bars with dancing. Life wasn't bad. At the end of the first week, she left Fort Smith in her tailored Class A uniform, in her silver Porsche, and she turned off the county road at the first big fork, which eventually led to a hidden, not quite two-lane road to nowhere, through the trees, mostly straight and sunlit, perfect with the windows down, with the wet smell of the rich mud on the shoulders, and the woody echo of the exhaust coming back off the bark, part throaty, part whine, part howl. Then, a broken-down car up ahead. A sedan, stopped diagonally across the road, its front wheels turned all the way, its hood up. A guy peering in at the motor. A tall guy, obvious even from 100 yards away. Not lightly built. Big feet. She slowed, late and hard, just for the fun of it, changing down, the exhaust popping behind her like a fireworks show. The stalled sedan was a Detroit product, painted green. The guy under its hood straightened up and turned to look. He was tall indeed, maybe 6'6", in standard battle dress uniform, woodland pattern. He was all in proportion, and therefore far from delicate, but he held himself gracefully. He looked slender, except he wasn't. She stopped the car. She rested her elbow on the door and her chin on her elbow, just looking, part quizzical, part resigned, part ready to help, maybe after some teasing. All those things. And not suspicious at all. The raised hood triggered some kind of ancient early motorist instinct, helpful and sympathetic. That, and the familiar uniform. The tall guy walked closer. Big, clumsy feet, in battered tan boots, but otherwise an elegant, long-legged lope. No hat, cropped fair hair, receding. Blue eyes, an open gaze, somehow both naive and knowing. An otherwise unremarkable face, with features just the right side of blunt. He had a full colonel's eagle in his collar. Above his right pocket, his tape said U.S. Army. Above his left pocket, his tape said Reacher.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?